Hey, what's up everybody? Are you ready for a great day 2 of our January Get Fit Challenge? As you remember, I hope you do anyway, from yesterday's video, I suggested that every day you should do something that sucks. Well, as you see right behind me, these 2 steep stairs that I guarantee are not to code are what's gonna suck for me today. I've decided that an easy thing to do to just get my suck out of the way for the day is to do those 20 times. Then we're going to go through a quick series of primal movements designed to increase our flexibility and, most importantly, mobility for those of us who are in our 40s, 50s, and maybe on up. All right, here goes the stairs. I'll be right back. Wow, look at me go. So I ended up doing these stairs 26 times. I kind of lost count during the process, and I wanted to make sure that I did at least 20, so I figured I'd do 25. Looks like I ended up with 26. That's some Marine Corps math for you there. So anyway, what are you sitting around looking at me for? Watching me go up and down the stairs? Aren't you bored yet? This took 13 minutes of my time to do the stairs 26 times. I suggest you get up off your ass and go do something that sucks for you for the next 10 to 15 minutes. Go! Move! Now! Get moving! Burpees, mountain climbers, jog in place. Go! Okay, now that shit show's over, I'm going to get on with some awesome primal movements. We got a series of 4 different movements. We're going to do 2 sets of each movement. I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on what these 4 movements are going to look like, and then we're going to jump right into it. All right, here we go. All right, let me sit my old ass down here in the sand. And for our first movement is going to be hip swivels. I call them that because, I don't know, it seems to make sense, and I don't know what the heck else to call them, but you just sit down like I'm doing here and swivel your hips from side to side, kind of windshield wiper in your knees. And then I've got this little bonus in here where you push yourself up onto one hand. That's going to kind of just give you some a full body workout and make things even better for you. Okay, next movement, lateral shuffles. You're going to put your hands on the ground, shuffle over to one side, and back again. My neck's a little stiff, so hopefully you're looking up and you're postured up a little bit better than I am. But hey, we do our best. Next is going to be foot hand crawling. Pretty basic stuff here. Key thing, knees don't touch the ground. Opposite hand, opposite foot lift, and we're going to move around a little bit once we get rolling with this. And finally, we're going to do some rocking stand-ups. Not that I rock at them in any way. They're a fairly challenging exercise, but you tuck one leg underneath the other, roll back on your back, switch up your legs, and now you're standing up again. You see I'm pushing off on my hand? Preferable not to, but just do your best. And we're ready for some hip swivels. Here we go. One side to the other. Well, I got dirty laying down there in the sand. It was a great place to work out, but I think next time I'll bring a yoga mat, something like that. All right, now we're going to transition into pushing up on the one arm. And just do this for a few reps. You want to try to lift up your abdomen. This is going to be using your glutes and your lower back. And you'll feel it as you do this exercise. It really does feel like it's kind of loosening up your entire body, your hips, your low back, all the things that maybe people of a certain age could use to have moving a little bit looser. And now we're about ready for our side shuffle squat things, or whatever the hell that I called them. So anyway, if you want to know a little bit more about this, you might want to check out my man Kellen over at Movement Parallels Life. I've been following his YouTube channel for some time now, and this is what he does for his workout program. I think he does a lot of other stuff too. He's certainly buff. But you know, if you want to watch somebody younger and better looking do this, then, you know, go check him out. But anyway, like I said, the side shuffles here really, you know, they're great for your body, good for your hip mobility. Again, good for your lower back, the things that old guys need. Okay, so that was 20 reps. Now we're moving on to the foot hand crawl. So as you see, I'm a little fatigued here. I'm not real anxious to jump into that next exercise. You want to push yourself, and you also want to respect your body. When your body's telling you, hey, I need a breather, go ahead and give it one. It's up to you. It's your workout, so you do it the way that you want. So I'm going to start out just lifting up one hand and the other with my opposite foot lifting with my hand. And then I'm going to start moving around in a circle. And you can do whatever you want with this. If you want to crawl in a circle, you could crawl around the room, crawl backwards, forwards, whatever makes you happy. I'm going to do 2 360s here, and then we're going to move on to the next exercise. Now we're ready for our rocking stand-ups. So you're going to rock back onto your shoulder blades and use your momentum to help pull you up. You're going to tuck one leg underneath the other and stand up from there. Now, when I was planning out this workout, I wasn't really thinking about the sand kicking up into my eyes while doing this exercise. So my second set of these, I kind of dog it a little bit and don't stand up all the way. And as you see, I'm not really hitting great form on these anyway. They're certainly a challenge, but hey, that's what it's all about, right? You got to push yourself a little bit outside of the comfort zone. And if you get to a point that you're having a hard time, just keep at it, man. Stick with it. And remember, if your form's not great, it doesn't really matter. All that matters is that you're here doing it, you're getting your body in motion, and hopefully doing more than you would have been doing otherwise. All right, so now we're going to take a little break, catch our breath, and get ready for set number 2 of hip swivels. And we're off. Almost. Moving slow. Old guy, stop. Alright, now this time we're going to change it up a little bit, and instead of pushing up on one arm, we're going to work on some flexibility and mobility. And as you see, mine is pretty poor here, but what you want to have happen here is you're kind of leaning forward and making a circle with your body, bending down over that front leg. And yes, I know I look like crap doing it. Don't give me shit. You may not look the best either, and who knows, some people look better than others, it doesn't matter. Anyway, do 10 circles one way, switch it up and do 10 circles the other. The key thing here is that you are doing. And if you're out there actually doing, then you are light years ahead of all the people sitting on the sidelines telling you how you're not doing it right. So don't sweat your form too much. It's really not that big a deal. And one thing that I'm hoping to see is my form and function and flexibility improve as I do these exercises over the course of the next 30 days. I know most of you guys probably think hey, I take pretty good care of myself, I'm working out all the time, something like that, and I do okay. A lot of it, honestly, is required maintenance. With the bolts that I have in my neck, I really have a hard time being functional if I'm not taking care of my body and keeping it moving. I get stiff very easy. I have some nerve damage, and some of my muscles are constantly twitching and spasming and things of that nature. So, keeping my body moving and flexible is really important for me, and I don't know, maybe a little more so than it is for some. But anyway, like I said, the more that you're doing, the better that's going to be for you. And if anybody doesn't like the way that you're doing it, they're probably somebody who is not doing it themselves. If they were doing it, then they wouldn't have time to sit around and critique what you're doing. All right, so here we are on our side straddle squat shuffle things, and we're going to do another 10 or 20. I think I did 20 of these. Yeah, 20 reps of these, and we'll keep rolling. This is a great exercise. The idea for this one is to improve your squat and improve your hip mobility. And we're back to the foot-hand crawl. So we're going to change it up a little bit this time. Instead of going around in a circle, we're going to do some kick unders with one leg going through. And one thing I'd want to stress to you is that anytime if you're doing these workouts with me or you're working out on your own, don't be afraid to change up your workout, to get your body moving in a different way and to activate some muscles or maybe do some movements that you wouldn't have done otherwise. Now here basically I'm not going to like a full reverse crab walk type crawl. So you're just kind of kicking your foot underneath there, holding that position and then bringing it back. And I guess a more advanced version of this would be to hold that leg up, hovering above the ground. As you see when I'm doing these, my foot touches the ground. And as you progress, maybe you can do this move and not have that foot touch the ground. So it's just hovering out there and you're using your core strength to do that. So here we are back at the rocking stand-ups, and as you can see, I'm not really rocking and I'm not really standing up. And certainly part of the blame for that is on my old, not in great shape body, but there's part of the reason here is that I was getting so much sand in my eyes the first time I did it. I'm a little tentative to bring my legs back over my head, so it's harder for me to create the momentum. So I'm going to gas out on these things here fairly quickly and move on to some stretching that I think is important as well. All right, so one final move here. We're going to cross our legs here in the yoga type position and just lean forward. And as you can see here, I've got my right leg over my left. And I'm just going to bend forward at the waist and reach out as far as I can. And a great way to get this stretch working for you is just to kind of crawl your fingers up the floor so you're reaching out even farther. And you could stretch out with one arm or the other. And here in a second, I'm going to do a pretty cool spin around move that you basically pick up and turn around there and you spin and see now, wow, look at that, pretty cool here. My left leg is now over the right and I've reversed the stretch with an awesome primal movement. So guys, make sure you're taking care of your body, get it moving, do your stretches. By the end of this 30 days, you're going to be more flexible, stronger, have greater mobility, and feel better about yourself in a bunch of different ways. So hey, thanks so much for participating and getting this workout in with me. And one more spinny thingy. All right. Hey, thanks again, guys, and may God bless you with a great 2021.